Good evening and welcome to Netzach Yisrael's daily Kitzur Shulchan Aruch Shir. Tonight we are continuing Siman Kufmem Gimel, that's 143, with the halachos al kibbutz ba'im, and we are up to Sif Yud base. If the son wants to go to somewhere else to learn what will be, because he will be more successful than where he currently is, where he lives with his father. And the father refuses and objects for whatever reason. He has no obligation to listen to his father. The Talmud Torah because learning Torah is more important than kibbutz ba'im. Because the Matzina b'Yaakov Avinu olav Hashem, like we find with Yaakov, when he left Yitzchak, he spent 14 years hidden away in the base of Medrash of Shem ve'Eva learning Torah. And after those 14 years, he went to Lavan's house, and he stayed in Lavan's house and on the way back, a total of 22 years. And he was punished for those 22 years, for which he did not keep kibbutz ab. But Yosef, the punishment was that Yosef went away from Yaakov, for 22 years. But he was not punished for those 14 years when he was in the base of Shem ve'Eva. So we see that those 14 years learning Torah was more important than kibbutz ab. Similarly, if the son wants to marry a particular girl, and the father does not agree, the son has no obligation to listen to his father's objection. Both the man and the woman are equally obligated with the mitzvah of kibbutz ba'im. A woman who is married, since she is committed to a husband, therefore she is part of the mitzvah kibbutz and kibbutz ba'im. Only if the husband does not object to her spending time looking after her parents, then she is obligated in everything that she is able to do. So if you're done, anyone who belittles or disparages his father or mother, even just verbally, even just hinting at it, that is included. He's included in the group of people who are cursed by Hashem. As it says, cursed is the one who curses or makes light of his father or his mother. If his father or mother has a thorn in somewhere, then the son shouldn't take it out because he might cause a bruise, which is nissa, which carries with it the death penalty if you cause a bruise to your parents. If the son is a doctor, he shouldn't let their blood, he shouldn't perform an amputation, even though it's necessary for medical purposes. In what circumstance are we talking about? Only when there is somebody else who could perform the same procedure. And if there's no one else who could perform that, and the parents are in distress, then he can let the blood and he can perform any surgery as is necessary for making them better. Someone whose father or mother unfortunately has dementia, for example, he should strive to treat them properly according to their mental state until Hashem has mercy on them. And if he can't stand it, because they've exceedingly gone, it's very difficult for him to look after them. He can he can leave them and instruct other people to look after them. And he can instruct other people to look after them as appropriate, and he doesn't have to do it himself. So if you die, it's forbidden for a person to put his yoke on his son and to be very particular in his own honor with his children. He shouldn't bring his children to a stumbling block by being too hard on them. Rather, he should forego his own honor and ignore any slight, because a father who forgoes his honor is forgiven. Also, is forbidden to grown son. Ve'ein gadlus zut tluya b'shonim. This won't necessarily in age. And hakol fi tivah shel haben all depends on the nature of the child. Kosh yesh lechush sheyasus connected with dibba over masa. In any situation where there's a genuine concern that the son might defend himself verbally or physically, I feel it bar mitzvah, even if he's not yet bar mitzvah, also like so that you're not allowed to hit him. Only he should rebuke him verbally. So anyone who does hit his grown son, then he's put into k'chayim. Because he's transgressed the avera of putting a stumbling block in front of the blind by potentially causing his son to do an issa. So if you test, a man is obligated to honor his father's wife, even if that's not his mother, so his stepmother. All the time when his father's alive. Similarly, he's obligated to honor his stepfather while his mother is still alive. And it's appropriate and a good thing to do to honor them also equally after the father or mother has died. A person is obligated with the honor of his brother, his older brother. Whether he's a half brother from the father, half brother from the mother, and obviously more so if he's a full brother. And a person is also obligated in honoring his father-in-law and mother-in-law. Because what's seen with David HaMelech like we find with David, he treated Shaul with honor. Who was his father-in-law, Avi. And furthermore, he called him his own father. And he's also obligated in the honor of his grandfather. And the point is that the honoring his own father is more important than honoring his grandfather. Someone who genuinely really wants to honor his parents, he should busy himself with learning Torah and doing Masim Tovim. That is the greatest honor for parents. People will say, happy is the parent, father, and mother who brought up a child like this person. On the contrary, the son does not follow the right path. Then his parents have to carry the burden, the disgrace of that. And he embarrasses them with the embarrassment that cannot be. There's no. On the flip side, the father who wants to genuinely have mercy on his son, he should busy himself with learning Torah and doing good deeds. And he should be pleasing to Shemaim and pleasing to people. Through that, his sons will be honored through him. Someone who doesn't follow in the right path, then his children are also shamed because of it. And furthermore, even it's possible that through the sins of the father, the children die. It says, that Hashem visits the sins of the fathers on the children. There's no greater cruelty than that. He causes to his own sins that his children should die. And there's no one who has more mercy on his children than his tzaddik. Because his own merit lasts for 1,000 generations, and they can protect his children 1,000 generations after. And sorry, last place. A convert who is forbidden to curse his father, who's not Jewish, and not to belittle him in any way. People shouldn't say that someone has gone from by converting, has gone from a higher level a more stringent level of holiness to a lower level that before he wouldn't have acted like he would. He should behave with them at the appropriate level of honor. Have a good evening.